Hi everybody, welcome to my next video. Now, this doesn't involve money, or this doesn't involve money, it does involve money, but it doesn't involve the airport in Hawaii that's having issues. This one is one of those things where I saw it on television, and I read the article before I saw it on television, and I just, this is just like one of those things where I'm like, that's being a little too nitpicky. And I mean, it's like seriously wrong. And as I mentioned previously in the other 5 videos, I saw it on Yahoo, and then I saw it on TV because I DVR this TV show every day that it's on. Yeah, it's called Man on Jeopardy Penalized for Mispronouncing Wimbledon. It's by Chris Chase. This was written on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, on March 13th. And I want to read the article and then I'm going to talk further about it. It happens every June like a ray of summer. Uppity British journalists and or American tennis fans scoff when the less sophisticated among us butcher the name of the most hallowed sports event in the sport. Wimbledon, they say, affecting a slight British accent, even if they're from Persnippany. Each syllable is quick but distinct. The first 3 letters are accentuated. Whim. The middle 3 are pushed from your lips. Softly pushed from your lips. Bowl. For the final syllable, you move your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Den. Wimbledon. A Nebraska man found out the particulars of the pronunciation on Monday's episode of Jeopardy. Reid Rogers correctly answered a question and answer about the first women's champion at an 1884 tennis tournament. Wimbledon, he said with a distinct hint of Midwestern twang. Even after being exposed to the syllable police for years, I didn't notice the verbal false off. Neither did Alex Trebek. He awarded Rogers his $400 and moved on to the next question. A moment later, before Rogers was set to receive a daily double answer, Trebek issued a ruling. I'm informed that you very clearly said Wimbledon, not Wimbledon, a few moments ago, Trebek told him. Rogers' money was taken away, and the railroad mechanic had money deducted for the incorrect answer. Total went from $1,000 to $200. Alright, first off, he didn't say Wimbledon, he said Wimbledon. Trebek. Neither is right, but at least you could have done with accurately quote his mistake. Leave it to Trebek to smartly add that very clearly. If it was so clear, why didn't you hear it first, bub? Second of all, come on. We all know Rogers was trying to say. He knew the answer. It is his fault that he was born an American and thus a British rogue who doesn't appreciate the King's English. Dialectical bias, CBS sports blogger Will Brinson wrote on Twitter, like Alex Trebek should talk. Just last week he was sputtering out amulets like a college kid in Intro to German. We feel for you, Reid Rogers, and don't worry about your lack of tennis pronunciation. Bud Collins has been involved with the sport for 6 years and still can't say Navratola. I saw this episode because, like I mentioned, I DVR'd it and watched it. This incident with Wimbledon actually happened pretty early in the episode, like in the first 5 minutes. And I had already seen this article when I watched it Tuesday night. I nearly fell out of my chair. I'm like, are you going to nitpick over pronunciations? I mean, every once in a while, like I'll have my thick Southern Kentucky accent, and like I'll say something like, for example, I have a younger cousin. When she was like learning to talk like a year or so old, I said dog instead of dog, and I can say Wimbledon. I've been to England when the actual game was being played. I know how to pronounce it. I know what it is. And my opinion is, if he misenunciates it, don't be so nitpicky about it. I mean, it would have been something else if he'd said, what is, you know, parsnippy or something, you know, like something that was obviously wrong. I mean, you know, I mean, it's not one of them things where, you know, you should obsess over that. But with Jeopardy, you gotta keep in mind that they do that, you know. I mean, with me, it's no big deal. I mean, I know what he said. And as far as I'm concerned, it was right, you know. And that brings up something else. A Final Jeopardy clue was about a world heritage site, and there was only one. It was Yosemite Park. They actually missed the fact that Mammoth Cave National Park is a World Heritage Site. You know? I mean, and I was like, I said, what is Mammoth Cave? And they forgot to mention that. And I'm like, you effing bastards. I was cursing up and down and swearing, and I was upset. You know, I mean, I was really pissed off about that. I was like, they missed it. You know, I mean, because I remember it being, you know, a World Heritage Site. You know, or seeing a sign saying that once upon a time. You know, and that kind of bugged me. And, you know, I've heard that, oh, who is it? I just had a brain freeze. But I've heard from, you know, former Jeopardy players that Alex Trebek is a bit of a snot anyhow. And he's been getting kind of as a friend of mine says, snarky with some of the players, you know, over the past few weeks. I don't know if he's, like, PMSing or something. But I always tell Tony, I'm like, yeah, you know, it's like when they, you know, introduce him, you know, it's like, you know, here's the host of the show, Alex Trebek. I always say, here's the host of the show, Tony Inman. Because I think Tony is handsome, and I think he would do a really good job on that show. He's extremely smart. You know, I think my husband's a genius. You know, but that's just me. Of course, I'm prejudiced. I love my husband a lot. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about, you know, the Jeopardy thing. Because, you know, I know it's Wimbledon. Come on. You know. But anyway, I'm going to pause here because, like I said, I've got, you know, what, 2 more videos to talk about. And, you know, they're a little more, you know, serious stuff. Well, anyway, I'm going to pause here so we can get those other videos going, alright? So hang on.